I don't hear it. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. You tell me when to go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ledo's in College Park. I'm Johnny Holiday, along with Maryland's head basketball coach, Buzz Williams. We'll talk about Maryland basketball today in our taping show at Ledo's, and an opportunity to go back and look at that Georgetown game on Monday night and look ahead for Buzz and his basketball team going back to his second job as a head coach at Marquette. Over the weekend on Saturday. But, Coach, when you look back in that game Friday night against Georgetown, a packed house, first time the Terps have played them in 9 years, only the first time that Georgetown's been back to College Park in 61 years. The place was packed. The tough thing was when you got down to 11-0, but you fought back and fought back. This was a 7-point game up until about 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, it was an incredible environment, especially for all of us to experience for the first time. Very, very thankful for the spirit and the environment, the ambiance of Xfinity and all that contributed to it. We were not near as good as you need to be in multiple ways from start to finish. Obviously, both starts in the half, 11-0, as you mentioned, we fouled 4 times in that 11-0 run, called timeout, started some different guys in the second half. We were 100% better. We scored 2 points. They only scored 10. So in those two segments, whatever it ended up being, had to use 2 timeouts, and we fouled 6 times, and we're down 21-2 in that 7-minute span. I did think that our guys did some good things other than those 2 segments. We just didn't have the sustainability on either end that's required. So there's a lot of information for us to learn from. It's week number 1. There was good information and data from our game in Baltimore. Same with Friday night against Georgetown. And so as we go into week number 2, we've just got to continue to make sure that the environment that we're putting our guys in regards to growth, in regards to learning, in regards to developing, that how we're spending time in the film room, how we're spending time with our practice itinerary, that all of those things are going to translate to what we need improvement in.
I think you had told me before the game, Coach, that the fact that this is kind of new to everybody. First sellout crowd that they've appeared before, your basketball team, in a magnificent arena, the Xfinity Center, against a team that you knew was going to be aggressive. Ed Cooley, you know very well from your days in other conference, and they were aggressive from the very get-go and very physical.
Yeah, their physicality was drastically better than ours on both sides of the ball. And we've not just Georgetown, we're going to play multiple teams even this month where our physicality is going to have to improve in order to just to make it even in that category. They were just distinctly better in regards to whether they had the ball or we had the ball, in regards to making their presence known and felt. And we've got to improve in that regard.
And they had 30 points in the paint. Maryland had 16 points in the paint, something you dominated against Coppin State. When you look at the numbers, though, look at what Pharrell Payne is doing for you. He's playing more minutes than he's ever averaged. He's averaging more points than he's ever scored.
Yeah, I think Gochi is going to be pivotal to what we do. He's going to command a decision by the opponent on a post touch. I think that's another factor that we're continuing to try to diagnose how to improve, is when Gochi has a touch, what are we doing with the other 4?
Yeah.
And how is their spacing? To your point, 49% of the time that Georgetown had the ball, they got it to the paint. That equaled the 30 points. Not all of that was in the half court. Some of that was in the full court. Some of that was us giving them the ball in the full court. Some of that was we scored, and they scored in kind of quasi transition. What ended up happening was they scored 14 layups in the paint. And like all teams, if the ball gets to the paint, whether it gets there off the pass or the bounce, your propensity to foul is much higher. So if you look we study not only the box score, but other kind of more layered analytics. So 30 points from in the paint. And then I think they made 23 free throws. So 53 points in essence came from either they got it to the paint and or we fouled when it got to the paint. So we have to do a better job of preventing it from getting there. And then regardless of where the ball is, we have to do a better job of not fouling. Similar to what I mentioned. The scoreboard says 11-0 to start the game. No matter how you cut that, that's really poor. The issue in that 11-0 run is you have to call a timeout. Not good before the media.
Too early. Yeah.
The second thing is we fouled 4 times in that 11-0 run. So now they're 3 fouls away from being in the bonus the rest of the half. We have 1 less timeout, and we've yet obviously to score a point. And so we have to keep the ball from getting to the paint at that level of excellence, and we have to defend without fouling at a much better clip. We want to play to get fouled, and we did. We scored half of our points from the free throw line. So we only scored 16 in the paint, but most of our fouls come in the paint, and that's where most of the opponent's fouls come from as well. So they fouled us at the same rate we fouled them. They got the ball to the paint 49% of the time, and they made 55% of those layups. We got the ball to the paint 42% of the time, and we only made 33%. I thought Gochi was just okay. He contributed to our lack of finishing at the rim. He shot 7 balls with 5 toes at least in the charge circle. He only made 2. We need him and our team to shoot better than 33%.
Coach, every time he touched the ball, there's like 3 guys on it.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Sure.
And so hopefully, however they converge, whether it's from the low side, the high side, the passer, however they converge, is it a quick score by Gochi before they converge? And then on the weak side, what is our spacing and what is our plan? And we're improving, but we've got to continue to find ways to make that more succinct.
This is our Maryland Basketball Show, brought to you by Thompson Creek Window Company, a proud partner of the Maryland Terps. Thompson Creek designs, they build, they install replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get yourself some high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. More from head coach Buzz Williams when we come back to Ledo's in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no 2 members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
All right. You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
1 more, everybody.
1 more? I got 5 more.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at Ledo's in College Park. Johnny Holiday, Maryland's head basketball coach, Buzz Williams. And, Coach, you've been coaching now for 19 years. This is your 19th year. You started down in New Orleans, and you went from New Orleans to Marquette, Virginia Tech, and then Texas A&M. So You have now coached in 605 games. And one thing I know that you preach is that family atmosphere. What do you look for in guys that have played for you at these other institutions and here at Maryland outside of what they bring to you with their basketball ability?
That's the most important thing, I think. And that's what has somewhat made our learning curve so steep here, is this is the first time in my career where everybody is brand new. And so there's some consistency in the people that have moved here with us. But in regards to us all being in one location at the same time. And so the reason why I think who you are is maybe more important than what you do is, in a family, everybody's going to have a role. And so throughout any good family, whether you're the husband or you're the dad, whatever your role is, you kind of figure that out. And some of your children may need certain things from you. Other children may need something else from you. And that's part of your role as a dad. In a good family, everybody has a role, and everybody's always trying to figure out how to be better in that role, how to be a star in their role. And so I think who you are is more applicable than what you do. It's pretty easy to figure out you're gifted at what you do. You've been doing it a half of a century. And so now I know that's what you do, but I also know that that's not who you are. And so if you're going to live with me and we're going to work and be around one another every single day, who you are, what's important to you, what your visions are, what your character is, what your moral fiber is, what your work ethic is, all of those things are more important to me in building a family that's going to be sustainable than your gift in what you do. I recognize your gift. Your gift is important. I never take away from the importance of your talent. You have to have talent in order to do this. But I'm not good at speed dating. I wasn't planning on getting married when I did. I was trying to figure out, I was 28. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do and how I could do it well in my career. But I think that speed dating is what happens in the portal. And that doesn't mean that I didn't know them in high school, and that always helps. But their sphere of influence has become really important in this era that we're living in. It's not just the young people, it's all of the people that they're around, because you have to know who they are and what's important. Because anytime you're talking about a family, it should be some level of partnership. And so I need to know your family, and I need to know how you've been raised, and I need to know what the priorities were in that home where you grew up, to see if that's somewhat translatable in the quote figurative home of our program. Because what you want to do with a family is you want to grow them, you want to develop them, you want them to learn. And so no matter how old they are when they arrive at your place, is the language and the habits that they have been familiar with in their life when they get to College Park, when they're at the Barry P. Gossett Basketball Performance Center 10 and 12 hours a day. Is the language or the habits very similar to what they have been conducting throughout their life? And so watching them play, watching clips of them, if they're a transfer portal guy, I think that's pretty easy. It's very important. I'm not taking away from it, but I think who they are is even more important, because how we attack, the intensity that we attack, the pace at which we attack each day, that may be foreign to them. And so they may be super duper talented, but because we're an everyday program, they may not be an everyday guy. And so I think who they are is more important than ever before.
In talking to you guys in your team this year, almost every guy that I've talked to is focusing on what you just said. They came here because of Buzz Williams and his family atmosphere.
I think it's interesting. I don't ever share a lot of personal things. I try to touch 10 players every day individually. One of them I touched this morning. Everything you said yesterday, Coach, was real 100. And I said, that's the only path to getting better. Fake, lies, exaggerations, you get worse. And he went on to explain a lot of things. And he was like, Coach, I know what you're saying, but I've never lived that. And so that doesn't mean I'm right. And that doesn't mean he's wrong for where he's been. But that's just to kind of echo what I was saying in your previous question. Do I think we have some good people? Yes, sir. Do I think we have some talent? Some. Is the talent need to improve? Yes, sir. Does the depth of the relationship need to improve? Yes, sir. But relative to how it was all formulated as of this moment in time, I think we've all done the best we can, and we understand how we're going to be judged. But I never want to betray the relationship, and the relationship has to be built on truth. Otherwise, there's never trusted truth. If I don't tell you the truth, only the truth, then you never begin to trust me. And so it is the truth, and that's the initial kindergarten stage of it. It's really trusted truth, because over time, you're waiting to see, is the truth a daily occurrence? If the truth is a daily occurrence, then you begin to build trust. And trust always has to happen before love. Everybody says, I love you. Yeah, but I really don't know if you really love me until I trust the truth that you live. And so do you model the behavior that you want, or is it just your words towards that behavior? It has to be your words and your action, and that has to match up.
We'll talk more basketball with Maryland's head coach Buzz Williams in just a minute. Food Lion is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For every free throw the Terrapins make this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to the local food banks in College Park. Back to Ledo's in College Park in just a moment on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Before we talk avid Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing, and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
Welcome back to Ledo's. Johnny Holiday along with Maryland's head basketball coach Buzz Williams. We're talking Maryland basketball, and one guy against Georgetown on Monday night, Coach, Miles Rice, had made his initial appearance in a Maryland uniform this year. And what a tremendous story it is for this young guy. He played his first game for you. He had 19 points, went 10 for 10 at the line, transferred to Maryland from Indiana. He'd spent his first couple of years at Washington State. And I'm sure he wondered, was he ever going to really be able to play basketball, because he was diagnosed in 2023 or 2022 with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he overcame that. He's back on the floor again. And what a great inspiration to young people everywhere for what he did.
Yeah, it's worth talking to Miles more about it. He could obviously explain all of the different processes that he went through. I can summarize it, but I don't want to do a disservice to his fight or the struggle and concern and the level of prayer that his mom and dad were a part of. I think that's such a you probably have more experience of that than
Well, Coach, I have a
do.
grandson who
Yeah.
went through that at 10 years of age with a brain tumor,
Yeah.
and he's now 26.
Yeah. And
And I
so
know
like
exactly.
the words that you would use have more of an intensity because of your touch points to that scenario, that situation. And like I have talked to Miles about it. I have talked to his parents about it. And we played in the finals. We beat Washington State in the semifinals of the NIT at the Garden, which would have been the year after COVID. And Miles was on that team. I don't know that he played very much, but he had a great year as a redshirt freshman. I can't remember if the year that we played them was the year he beat cancer and redshirted. I get confused on the timing of this, but long story short, he went in the portal after Washington State. I was on the road recruiting. I was actually with Rock and Lyle, and when Rock drives, I typically ride in the back seat. So Lyle handed me the phone, and we were pulling into a 7-Eleven because if you go recruiting with those two guys, it's kind of a game. How long can we not feed Buzz at a restaurant, and how many consecutive stops can he eat at 7-Eleven? So beef jerky, cashews. So we're pulling into 7-Eleven, and Lyle hands me the phone, and I remember it. We were in Georgia. I remember it like it happened yesterday, and I didn't actually go in the 7-Eleven. I just ended up standing on the sidewalk because I was so engrossed in the initial conversation with Miles. Rock ended up getting my favorite beef jerky and cashews, but that was the only time that I spoke to Miles, his first time entering the portal. Went to Indiana, according to everybody, had an awful year as a player, awful year as a team. Every coach got fired, and then went in the portal again. And so when he went in the portal again, similar to what we were talking about in the first segment, I guess it was the second segment, there was a relationship from the first time this happened. And so I had a better feel for who he was. I remembered my initial conversations with his mom and dad. So he has been through a lot. This is his third school. This is his fourth year in college, but he has 2 years of eligibility remaining. He did graduate
a medical
from
red shirt
Indiana.
too, didn't he?
That's right. So there was a straight up red shirt. I don't know if I'm ready to play at this level. Then there was a medical red shirt year because of cancer. Both of those obviously didn't count. And I can't remember if one of those years was during COVID. I can't remember. The math on his story, it makes me a little out of sorts. But I know he has 2 years left. I know he's already graduated from college. But there are a lot of things to learn from the perseverance and the resilience and the fight as a mom, as a dad, as a person within his story.
A great story involving Miles Rice. He plays the other night against Georgetown, ended up with 19 points and coming off the bench in that game. A great young man, which I know you're going to love watching play basketball here at Maryland. University of Maryland Medical Systems, the official medical team of the Terrapins, where you and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that the athletes do receive. You can learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. More with Coach Williams when we come back to Ledo's in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
And they do it for different reasons.
You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? I got 5 more. Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Terrapins will be on the road at Marquette on Saturday, where Coach Williams spent 6 years, 2008 to 2014, with the 5 NCAA tournaments, a couple of Sweet 16s, 1 Elite 8, and that the 2011-2012 team that Coach had went 27-8, ranked as high in the regular season as number 8. And that's where Buzz's Bunch originated at Marquette.
Yes, sir. That was, I think that was 18 years ago. So it's always 1 year behind. So this is my 19th year as a head coach. So Buzz's Bunch has been going on 18 years. The 1 year that I was at the University of New Orleans, that was 6 months after Hurricane Katrina. And so we did not have Buzz's Bunch in our only season year at New Orleans, but we did have the first ever Buzz's Bunch camp the summer before the first season at Marquette. That was Father Wild, the president, who is obviously a priest, who allowed that to be a part of my original contract at Marquette. And so obviously it's turned into a lot more than my original ask, which is really cool.
You did it when you went to Virginia Tech?
Yes, sir.
It's been every year.
Yeah, it kind of started with Father Wild. Like, we've probably made the language of the addendum in the contract a little tighter each way because the organization has grown to be so much and has kind of it's now a 5013C. So like it's turned into more than I thought we were just going to have a couple of, let's have some special need children, and it's turned into a lot more than that.
What's your favorite memory about being at Marquette, coaching there?
A lot of really good people. Some of my closest friends are still in Wisconsin. I've had some incredible mentors, 3 from Wisconsin during our time there who left an indelible mark on my heart as a person. They'll all be at the game on Saturday. They're huge Marquette fans. Baby was born there. That would be a part of it. That I even got a chance to be a head coach at a top 10, top 15 job like that. I was not deserving lot of people had big guts to even give me a chance to get that job.
Because you were at New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I resigned as the head coach at New Orleans, and then in essence, 6.5 months later, was hired as the head coach at Marquette. In that 6.5 months, I was an assistant at Marquette. Had never didn't know anything about the Big East, didn't know anything about Tom Crean. It's just, again, there were some people above me orchestrating some things that I didn't have vision towards, and was overwhelmed when they happened. But only great memories. Obviously, I remember all of our children. We moved from Milwaukee, baby's 5th birthday. We had our 5th birthday party, and then got in a U-Haul and left. I remember all of it. I remember the first rent house. I remember all of it. And so when we arrived, I was being sued by the University of New Orleans, which was the Louisiana system. I remember all of the people that we interviewed 14 times for the job. My wife was involved in 3 of those interviews over a 7-day period. Some incredible people that were so good to me personally and professionally, but also really good to my family.
Coach, always great to be with you. I know it's going to be a wonderful trip for you back.
Yeah, I haven't been back.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time that we've played or have been back in the 12 years that we've been gone. So I've been praying through and trying to process all the emotions that'll come from it, because I'm grateful for that time and realize if it wasn't for the success of that time, it wouldn't have turned into all of the other things. So I have great humility towards it, but I also know that my energy and my emotion needs to go to game number 4 of a team that's all brand new.
Yeah.
As we close down week 2 of the season. So I need to be very mature in how I handle all of it.
Coach, all the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back in just a moment on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no 2 members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
All right. You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
1 more? I got 5 more. Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
And we are back at Ledo's. Johnny Holiday with our very special guest tonight. He played at Maryland back from when Mark Turgeon was the head coach, another guy who came to Maryland from Texas A&M. Now he's on the staff of Buzz Williams, who came to Maryland from Texas A&M. And back when the Terps were playing in Seth's days, tremendous teammates you played with, Seth, in Maryland. And then you went on from this point, when you played here, you went on to Virginia Tech. But when you grew up down in Woodbridge, Virginia.
Yeah, right down the street.
Yeah.
It's actually closer to Maryland than it is Virginia Tech, even though I am from Virginia. But the DMV guy, grew up right down the street. I grew up watching Maryland, loving Maryland basketball. So it's just a blessing to be back.
How much emphasis did you give when you were a young kid playing basketball to say, I want to go to play at University of Maryland? Was that always on your radar?
It was just
because a lot of schools came to recruit you.
Yeah, it was just something that like watching the rivalry between Georgetown and watching the rivalry between Duke and North Carolina, and just coming to the game and seeing the energy in the arena. Is just, I always wanted to play on the court, like, because we have great fans here. So to be a part of the team and now to be a part of the staff was fun, and it was just something I always wanted to do.
You went to Fredericksburg Christian School. How big a school was that?
Well, that was a private school. That school was small. I originally went to Hilton High School, and then I went there for my junior and senior year. My graduating class at that school had probably like 60 kids in it. It was so small. But my other school was pretty big.
Did you play any other sports besides basketball?
Yeah, I played football. I played football and basketball. I had some offers to play football and basketball at some schools, like UVA.
Really?
Yeah, UVA wanted me to play football and basketball, but I could only play basketball. Like, that was my first love. I couldn't go to football.
Did you tell them, hey, I love football, but I'm not that good?
Yeah. They thought I was good. I didn't think I was that good because I was playing in a private school league. So I'm like, I played it at Hilton, and everybody they were saying I was good, but they weren't saying like how I was good in basketball. So I just stuck with basketball.
How about your family?
They're close. I just went to see my mom yesterday. They're close. They're excited I'm back because I've been away for some time, working
Sure.
and traveling, playing professionally overseas. So they're close, and they'll be up to a game here soon.
All right. So you leave Maryland after a couple of years, then you go to Virginia Tech and play there and wind up your college career playing for them.
Yeah, so when I left Maryland, Maryland was leaving the ACC. And at the time, Syracuse, Louisville, Notre Dame, all these big schools were coming to the ACC. So I wanted to stay and play in the best conference that I could play in.
I got you.
And so I was getting recruited by a lot of schools. At that time, the portal isn't what it is now, but I was the #1 transfer in the portal at that time. So
I remember.
To go to Buzz was a decision because he took the job at Virginia Tech. He hadn't coached a game there. They lost. They were last in the ACC for the past like 4 years. So it was, and also they didn't have any recruits coming in yet. So I was the first sign that they had.
Yeah.
So it was just like a leap of faith. I just really connected with Coach and thought that it was something that would be the best for me, not only for my basketball career, but for my, my future. And, looking back on it, it was definitely the right decision being here now because it brought me back.
And that was
home.
also the time where the ACC was no longer the old ACC. Everything had changed.
Oh, yeah.
With all these new schools coming in. It
Yeah.
wasn't like it was before.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was deep. It wasn't like, because I remember I played in the last Maryland Duke game, and I remember
Nothing like that.
It was nothing like that. There was no more games like that. Like the rivalries, the fans waiting outside the arena for 3 days to get tickets. Like,
You mean the Maryland Rutgers is not a good rivalry?
I don't know. I gotta see how that one is. I haven't experienced that one yet.
Exactly. We're talking to Seth Allen, a grad assistant coach at the University of Maryland, a former Terps player, as everybody knows. If you're ready, it's showtime. Grab some Testudo Premium Lager. That's the official craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing Company. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about Seth, about his job relationship with head coach Buzz Williams in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing, and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
Well, former Terrapin standout and Virginia Tech standout Seth Allen joined the Maryland men's basketball program as a grad assistant back in September, coming back to College Park after being the past season as an assistant coach down in Florida at Berry University now in Miami Shores. How'd that work? How'd you get that job?
Well, before that, I was training to go back overseas to play professionally. I just played with the Sacramento Kings G League. Then I played in Germany and Greece to finish the year. I injured my foot and I was doing rehab at a NAIA school called Florida National University. And
where is that?
That's in Hialeah, Florida.
Know it well.
Which is in Miami.
Yeah,
so
suburb.
Yes, it's a Cuban neighborhood. That school that I coached at, I was just behind the scenes helping. The head coach saw me come in, work out every day from 9 to about 11:30. They started practice at 11:30, and after practice, he would ask me to stay and help his team out. Like, hey, you're a professional. Can you help my guys out? They could use some help. So I stayed and helped. A good friend of mine who used to rebound for me and Alex Lynn, a Terps legend.
Oh, yeah. Was he's down there too?
Yeah, we were down there together. So that me and Alex are still as close as we ever been. So my friend helped me get in the gym, and in return I helped him like learn about basketball. It was like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So I taught him basketball. He opened the gym for me to train and do things. So when the season started for that team, I went on the road with them because they had their first game was on the road. So I rode the bus. It was like an hour and a half away. Watched them play. Another situation where this team hasn't won a game in 3 years, and they're just, it was a really great experience because all the kids didn't have living. We practiced at a park, not even at like a. We practiced at an indoor park facility, like a rec center. And that head coach ended up getting fired, and they asked me and my friend to step in as interim head coach. So I coached that whole year for that school, and we ended up having a great year, first postseason in school history. We had like the second best offense, first best defense, and we won triple as many games as they won in the past 3 years.
Well, how great it must have made you feel to know the circumstances they were in down there. They had nothing, and you made them get something.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great opportunity. And all the kids were local kids because we couldn't recruit. There was no living. So all the guys, we had players catching 4 a.m. buses to make a 11 a.m. practice. And so that was a great opportunity. And from that, I got the job at Barry for a Division II assistant coach.
Did you contact Coach Williams and say, hey, I might like to join your staff if there's an opening as a grad assistant?
One thing about me and Buzz, we always kept in contact, and I never really would pressure him into doing anything. I told him that I switched to my coaching career, and I'm more than happy to come and help if he needs my help. But I'm not gonna ask for like a handout for coach or anybody. I started at an NAIA at a park, and I wanted to start that way. So it was good. But when he came here, I was getting called from, numbers that I haven't seen in years. And hey, is this true? Is coach really coming? Is he coming? You played for him? And I'm like,
one of those calls from your parents saying, hey, you're coming home?
Hell yeah. They might have been first.
It's about time.
Yeah, they might have been first. So now when he got the job here, it was great. I came up here to my brother's wedding. I stopped by because it's the same staff that coached me. Say hi to my old family. And a couple months later, coach called me and offered me to come aboard, and I packed my car up and drove straight from Miami.
What's your main duties as a grad assistant?
To help.
Anything that's needed. Right?
Anything that's needed. Just be attentive, be helpful, help the guys get better, train them, stay in the gym with them, get them in the gym when they don't want to be in the gym.
Yeah.
Work
out with them too. You work out with them.
I practice with them sometimes. But just in my eyes, I just want to, if I've been in their shoes, so anything I could do to help and give back to them that I wish I would have known when I was in those shoes is what I try to do.
And Seth, you're working with a bunch of guys. It's only early in the season, a lot of basketball to be played, and an opportunity for this coaching staff, you, Buzz Williams, everybody else in the coaching staff, to really make a statement, because Maryland's a heck of a basketball school.
Oh, yeah. And I think me more than anybody, because I've seen it.
Yes.
I really understand how impactful and powerful this school and how everything can be for us. And we got a long way to go because we have a young team. We have a lot of new faces. But one thing I could say about Buzz is every time he goes into a new opportunity, he creates trust within the whole program and the whole unit faster than anybody that you could even think of, just because of his truthfulness, his accountability to who he is, not even to who everybody else is. He just lives his life the right way, and everybody has a great example of how they should live theirs.
Well, it is great to have you back home where you belong here.
Yes, sir. I'm grateful to be here.
And I know the Maryland fans are happy you're back as well.
Thank you,
always
Mr.
a pleasure,
Johnny.
my friend. You bet. Seth Allen with us. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Maryland Terrapins. If you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to go. Also, time to go Toyota. Legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. Back in a moment on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! And they do it for different reasons.
All right. You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? I got 5 more. Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.